Oh my goodness. I said in the team preview that our worst matchup is Mega Alakazam. Lo and behold, very first game, Mega Alakazam. Of course, and it's obviously going to be Mega. It's obviously not going to be like Mega Venusaur. But Melmetal is a big problem too. I think we can technically fight a lot of these things, but it is going to be rough. I do think that a standard start for him would be something like Rhydon or Zapdos. Those are both like decent starters. I would say they're both decent starters. Also, Venusaur could somewhat be a starter. I think we're gonna lead with something that punishes like the vast majority of those things, and then opt to bring in Nidoking if Zapdos becomes a problem. Or I could just lead Nidoking and hope that he doesn't lead with anything that is problematic. I think that might also be an option. Yeah, let's try that. Let's try that. And it sucks that Beedrill's going to be useless this game. We're pretty much fighting a 5v6 because Alakazam really just does check this team pretty hard. We're going to need to go Mega Beedrill. That's the only way we can outspeed it. Unless he just fodders Alakazam. Like, if he loses his Mega Alakazam early for some reason, we can actually make plays here. But I don't think he's just going to fodder it. I really don't think he's just going to sit back, relax, and fodder his Mega Alakazam. I mean, if he goes Mega Venusaur for some reason, that'd be awesome. But I also don't think that's going to happen either. So let's go. Let's go. I'm going to tweet this out. Tweets up. Melmetal right off the bat. I will Earthquake the shit out of that. I don't even care. I will Earthquake this Melmetal. I will fodder my Nidoking to Earthquake this Melmetal, guys. 100%. Yo, what's good? Not much. Just playing some games. It's not going to do a ton, right? It's not. Like, this thing's literally an Uber. Literally. The Pokemon Company has come out and banned Melmetal at official tournaments that they run. This might not even KO, Chief. Chief. Actually, what am I talking about? You're an Uber. Oh, man, that almost KO'd. Are you going to get a crit, though? Yo, we live in. I'm going to set rocks here. Because he's going to switch to Zapdos. And so, like, I could Ice Punch on the switch, though. That'd be pretty raw. I'll take rocks. This is going to be a longer game. He's going to switch to Zapdos here, though. And then I could switch my Nidoking out. And he's probably going to U-turn. Hey, hope up. I'm trying. But yeah, Melmetal. Super Uber. Off topic, what's better for Solgaleo, Jaw, or Adamant? You need Adamant, and I would recommend like an Expert Belt so you can KO like Incineroar with superpowers, Stakatakas with superpowers. I would say Adamant's better, but just also saying that I do have an Adamant one and a Jolly one that I use in certain situations. I don't care if he Earthquakes me. Yep. Double Iron Bash, yo. I think that's okay. I think I'm just going to send the Starmie out. Because Starmie is a lot better in like this exact situation. So if he wants to switch in like Muck, I think Starmie's pretty good. Dragonite could also be usable, but we got the rocks up. Like we're doing our best here. And so like we'll see how Alakazam does versus Aerodactyl. If I get a Scald in this thing, it's like really game ending. If we get a burn on a Muck switch in here, that's gonna be amazing for me. It's gonna be amazing for me. To the point where like I might just Scald like 3 times and then safely bring in my my Aerodactyl and then clean him up. So Group Elect, is this Muck? Zapdos to switch in on the rocks and on the Scald. Are we actually taking these? We are actually just taking these. Yeah, we take these right there. And no burn, but he's like, you know what? I'm gonna live. He's thinking he's gonna. Was that a follow from Lupe 3210? Thank you for the follow, my friend. How's your day going? Yeah, if you look at that Zapdos, he took 25% from rocks, right? And he took roughly about 30% from a Scald. And he's thinking, well, Scald, if he does it again, if I took 30%, I'm at about 35, maybe. It's about 35%. He's like, I would live another Scald. So this is how we mix it up. We go for Psychic this turn, guys. We go for the Psychic. Psychic is 10 base power, stronger than Scald. We should be able to get a KO here. That's what I'm talking about. That's why you run that modest Starmie, and that's why I'm a big proprietor of actually keeping Psychic on Starmie. I know a lot of people nowadays in the Starmie meta have, like, cut Psychic on Starmie, and, like, they cut it for Ice Beam. And Ice Beam, sure, would have still worked against, like, Zapdos. So, like, I kind of agree. But, like, Psychic is, like, really good because it is your main stab. Like, if you want to hit something for neutral damage, like, that is just the key. So, Alakazam here, even if he goes Mega, I don't think Shadow Ball one-shots us. And if I get a Thunder Wave off, it's just the game ender. So, we're going to go for the Thunder Wave. Hopefully, he doesn't get those big crits. Hopefully, he doesn't sub in my face, right? That would be very bad, too. Please don't sub. Please don't KO me. Star me. I don't ask, actually I ask you for a lot. I asked this Starmie for $100. This is my OG, this is my original Starmie. I actually have 2 Starmie sets that I vary between. One has Hydro Pump, one has Thunderbolts. And, oh, he's just going for a Psychic. He thought I was going to switch. He thought I was going to switch to probably Beedrill to fodder. And if we hit this, we win the game. Ah, now I can use Mega Beedrill. Now I can use Mega Beedrill. You can get Psychic if you run Hydro Pump. There's a discussion to be made for that, totally, because you still have that big... so you could cut Psychic if you run Hydro Pump, but then you'd have to have Ice Beam to check things like Dragonite and Venusaur. It's the Venusaur. The reason why you have Psychic is for Venusaur, guys. Venusaur, Machamp, Poliwrath. Like, Thunderbolt's not enough to deal with Poliwrath. Like, Scald, Hydro Pump, those are not enough to deal with Machamp. You need those big Psychics. So if those Pokemon, like, aren't a problem for you, you can totally think about cutting the Psychic, but I personally am, like I said, a proprietor of just don't cut your Psychic. It's actually the best. I'd rather cut Scald. You know what I mean? I'd rather cut Scald than Psychic. Like, think about all the moves you've ever seen me use in this Starmie. Like, it's all about Psychic. And I'll get KO'd here, but, like, at this point, we pretty much just have what we need to succeed. Let me see. I think I'm going to send Beedrill out, the BDB here. Am I rocking Protect right now? Was I made for doubles? No, cool. I made correctly. I'm actually made correctly. But yeah, there are arguments to be made for cutting Psychic if you have Hydro Pump. So, like, if you have, like, Hydro Pump, you can go, like, Thunder Wave, Hydro Pump, like, Ice Beam, Recover. I've seen people use that set before, like a Recover Thunder Wave set, like you've seen me use on, like, Muse and Dragonites with Roost. So that's also something that can totally be used here. We are actually just going to go for a big X-Scissor. If he wants to take the time to switch to Melmetal here, he's not. Yeah, he's just going to fodder it. He's just going to fodder it. What up, chat? Not much. We're just playing the very first game of the stream. We're doing a little bit more, like, analytical stuff in this game. Like, we're talking a little bit more about, like, correct movesets, things you can cut to, like, get the min-max out of, like, your exact sets and stuff like that. So, starting things off a little bit smarter today than Mimi. I would say this team is a little bit more serious, but one thing that sets, like, this team apart from other teams you see me use is that this team takes a lot of risks in its team building process. I've talked a lot about how the difference between, like, Let's Go and, like, standard Pokemon games is that the Let's Go games reward correct team building, correct use of the team preview phase, more so than, like, outplaying your opponent in the game. So in this team, you can see that I have, like I said, a huge weakness to Mega Alakazam. We just beat one. But if you don't fight against Mega Alakazam, you should be actually okay. You should be okay because Mega Alakazam can go, like, Psychic against Nidoking, Psychic against Beedrill, and he can, like, Shadow Ball the Starmie and the Slowbro. So, like, Mega Alakazam on paper has an amazing matchup here because it outspeeds everything and has super effective moves. But if you're not fighting Mega Alakazam, like, what do they have that can actually get through you? A Mewtwo won't do it because Beedrill outspeeds. So this is a good example of a type of team that takes a lot of liberties to hope that your opponent doesn't have the perfect answer. If you don't have the perfect answer, you have like an amazing team on paper. Like Shadowmaster says, I like this team. This is a very cool, unique team in my opinion. We're gonna switch to Aerodactyl here. Yo, is that Caleb? Is that Caleb with the Metapod squad? Yo, 7 big months. You love seeing it. Thank you so much. And that's Twitch Prime. That's Twitch Prime. 7 months. Thank you so much. Man, that means you were here from, like, the beginning of the Let's Go stuff. I love seeing it, my friend. Thank you so much for that big sub. Always one of the first people in stream. Always one of the first people here. And I am so thankful that you are part of our wonderful community. Guys, put some subs up for Caleb. 7 months. That's a long time. And I definitely do need all the support I can get. So thank you so much, friend, for stopping by the stream. I'm Something Tasty. How's it going, friend? He's switching. Zapdos already got KO'd. Like, Zapdos. Okay, it's Venusaur. Switching on EQ plus Wing Attack should be able to take this out. This is, like, another example of, like, the fine-tunings this team can, or just the meta evolving, right? If you look at, like, my teams, a lot of people I've seen, like, leaving comments on, like, my old team building videos. Like, the first team building video, like the Charizard team building video, or more popularly, the Metamons team building video that showed, like, Beedrill, Aerodactyl, Gyarados, and all the really fast stuff, all the Metamons. People like to comment on that team. It's like, I'm using that team now, and I'm like, actually, like, the Pokemon are still good, but that team is hella dated. Obviously, the Aerodactyl sets are different. The Starmie sets are different. The Beedrill set's even different. Like, you gotta update, you gotta keep with those times. Because, like, Wing Attack, like, back in the day, I would have had to switch here. But now we're rocking Wing Attack. What would you say is a good moveset for Nidoqueen? Actually, we were going to use Nidoqueen today, but I wanted to actually use Nidoking because I feel that, like, it's been a really long time since I've used Nidoking, but my perfect Nidoqueen moveset, I've actually used it in a lot of videos on YouTube. If you want to check it out, I'm gonna say it anyways, but there's a link to the YouTube right there in case you want to go watch a ton of Nidoqueen content. I used Nidoqueen most of March, actually, but my moveset is Stealth Rocks, Dragon Tail, we take those DCs, like I said, it's Stealth Rock's Dragon Tail, Earthquake, and Taunt. Taunt because you have a relatively weak matchup against other Stealth Rock setters, and sometimes you need to taunt them. Yo, is that I'm Something Tasty coming in with another sub, guys? Even more subs up. Even more subs going all the way up. I love seeing them. Thank you so much for that big sub. I'm Something Tasty. And 19 bits from Pika Trainer going up to first place bit leaderboard for the week. You know I love seeing it. This game is a perfect example, though, of like an updated team with the times. They can just execute like perfect play. If you play completely standard with a team like this that takes a lot of liberties in the team preview, there's no reason why you can't just roll opponents. And I think this team is a good example of the creativity that is still in the game. Like, everyone's stuck in their ways, like, you gotta play standard, you gotta do this. No, you gotta be more creative and start taking more risks to, like, automatically win certain matchups. I've heard a lot of times that, you know, if you're really, really good at something and you're really, really bad at something, a lot of people take times to focus on, like, what they're bad at. So, like, a lot of people say, like, what are my faults? How can I improve my faults to make myself a more rounded player? Instead of, like, trying to improve your faults, I think you should be trying to improve your strengths. So, like I said, this team's really, really weak to Alakazam. What we're trying our best to do is really hope they don't have it. Even if they do, we still have a couple options. But, you know, if they don't have Alakazam, I don't see how this team just gets dumpstered other than, like, all right, guys, survey says, what do we see? Survey says Mewtwo, Aerodactyl, Gyarados, Pikachu, Muck, Zapdos. Now, one thing I was talking about this team, it takes a lot of liberties, right? This team says, I really, really hope you don't have a Mega Alakazam, because, guys, remember, Mega Alakazam's packing that 150 base speed. Mewtwo, on the other hand, is not packing 150 base speed. Mewtwo is packing a 130 base speed and can Mega Evolve into Mega Mewtwo Y and go 140, which means Mega Beedrill can outspeed. So in this situation, it's almost forcing him to go Mega Aerodactyl, and you may be thinking, like, that's a Mega Aerodactyl still beats Mega Beedrill. Look at our team. We have a whole team of Pokemon that can beat Mega Aerodactyl. So, like, that's kind of like the creative team building process behind this team. We should be able to be pretty good here. I just have to lead correctly. I'm actually thinking I'm going to just lead Aerodactyl. Because, like, if he leads Mewtwo, like, okay, that's weird. If he leads Aerodactyl, we both go Mega. That's great. If he leads Gyarados, I can just hard switch into, like, Slowbro or... Actually, do we just lead Dragonite here? Dragonite actually seems like a pretty fun lead to do here. Let's try Dragonite. Let's try the Big D. Now, this team features Nidoking, right? And it features, like, Slowbro and a bunch of other really cool Pokemon. But I've been meaning to bust out a kind of new Dragonite set for a little bit. So we're going to actually lead Dragonite. And I know Dragonite is a Pokemon that, like, Aerodactyls really don't like to fight against all that much. You can Thunder Wave them. You can neuter them. If he goes Mega Aerodactyl and I just, like, first turn Thunder Wave it, like... You know, that's pretty not great for him. And also, since I'm leading with Dragonite, and if he leads like Aerodactyl to go for rocks, that's already half of my rock setters, or a third of my rock setters on the board. Is it Aerodactyl? It is Aerodactyl. It's almost like I play the game, Chiefs. The Outcast YouTube, how's it going? All right, you guys think he's gonna go Mega? What do you guys think? You guys thinking Mega Aerodactyl? Yes, no, maybe so? Look at this moveset. It's so good. I think I'm just gonna pop the Outrage. Like, Thunder Wave's okay, but I really don't want him switching to Pikachu or Zapdos. I'd rather, like, catch those. Because, like, Thunder Wave's pretty common. I also don't want to get taunted. I think I'm gonna Thunder Wave. I think he might actually just taunt me. I think he's Roxing, obviously, but, like, there's excuses to be made, or options to be talked about for him taunting to stop agility. So we're just gonna Outrage. Hopefully we can get those big KOs. Stealth Rock is totally fine. Our team is incredibly weak to Stealth Rocks. I can 100% agree with that type of decision. But note that he did not go Mega. And this is the Pokemon we have to get off the board to correctly use Beedrill. Can we get a KO? We don't get the KO. But even if you would Mega, we don't get KO here. Dragon is almost too bulky for as hard as he hits. It's pretty good. Yo, is that a follow from the Outcast YouTube? Thank you for the follow, my friend. Thank you for that big follow. Do we get Flinch? Survey says we don't get Flinch, and that is amazing. Like, look, if you remember his team, it's like Gyarados, Mewtwo, Partner Pikachu, which is a huge problem. It is a very big problem. Like Mewtwo, stuff like that, but he doesn't have that big 150 base speed Pokemon anymore. So, like, we're going to be able to effectively use Mega Beedrill if we wanted to, versus before we, like, couldn't. Now we have options, and he's going to come in and just KO us, right? He's going to come in and just KO us. I think that's totally fine. I'm stuck using Outrage. He's going Mega here. I want to see if it's X or Y. It's Y, which is the incorrect choice. It is incorrect in this situation. It is incorrect. But let's see it. Psychic's going to be coming in. I should be bringing in Beedrill here. And I know that I have rocks up. I'm sorry, I know that he has rocks up. I am going to be using U-turn. I can U-turn a couple times. I would like to use X-Scissor, but it's not always a one-hit KO. Actually, let me think about that. He has a Zapdos too, right? He does indeed have a Zapdos. Like, if I U-turn, I can go into, like, my star. I think U-turn's the right play. Like, it doesn't KO. Like, all right. Actually, you know what? Let's just do this. Let's just go for Mega. And go Mega. We're going to try and get the X-Scissor KO. And hope that, like, it's a roll. It's a roll. If any of you guys know this calc, it's a little bit of a roll. And I've fought against a couple bold Mewtwo's, which is a pretty bold way to play. Because they exclusively want to be able to, like, go Mega Mewtwo in this matchup. You actually need Stealth Rocks up to be able to guarantee get the KO on a Mewtwo. But I actually think he's going to switch. And so I'd love for him to switch. I'd love for him switching Zapdos here. Eat the X-Scissor and something. Is this Gyarados? This is also fine. Like, I didn't want to just U-turn. And, like, it would have been nice to U-turn there and go into Starmie and have Thunderbolt to check the Gyarados, right? That would have been really nice. But, like, you know, that would have been nice. But, like, what if he went for, like, a Shadow Ball expecting to live the U-turn, and then, like, he Shadow Balled my Starmie, and then I just lose the game. So you gotta, like, play a little bit smarter. And like I said, I can U-turn a few times. I can still just U-turn into Starmie right here, and there's not much he can do about it. He can Thunder Wave me, I guess. And it's still putting him within, like, range of auto stuff. I might even just go into Slowbro with this situation. Now we're thinking about it. We're thinking about it. Obviously, we're not coming in with Aerodactyl right now. Obviously not coming with Aerodactyl. I think Starmie is the play. I don't want to come in with Nidoking. I can save Nidoking to deal with his Muck later. I think Starmie's the play. It would really suck to get Thunder Waved. But at this point, if I can set up rocks at all, anytime he brings that Gyarados back in, it'll get killed by Poison Jab. So let's see if he's going for Thunder Wave. Survey says Waterfall. It's almost like a play the game, guys. It's almost like a play the game. Read those Waterfalls. And I would love to be able to get up. I think Psychic here is actually the play. Because, like, I want to be able to catch the... Ooh. It's either Thunderbolt or Psychic. Let me think about that. I could Thunder Wave too, but, like, it's really greedy. Thunderbolt would kill the Gyarados, right? But Psychic would really punish the Zapdos. But it shouldn't be a two-shot on the Zapdos, unless I get a special D-drop. If I Psychic and get a special D-drop, the second Psychic will KO a Zapdos. I think I'm just going to Thunderbolt. I'm going to keep him honest, because I do feel that I am, if anything, a little bit ahead. Yep, that was the right play. I'm keeping him honest here, because I want him to be able... There's something to be said, right? About someone having to send out a Pokemon to now deal with my Starmie, right? No way he stays in? You're incorrect, see? You got to keep him honest. You got to keep him honest, chat. See, he tried to take a cheeky turn right there. He tried to take a cheeky turn. And so at this point, like I said, I'm keeping him honest. I'm staying ahead. One ahead, you guys got to get more ahead. And Zapdos, like, what's going to happen here is, if we look at his team, right? If we look at his team, he has Gyarados, Partner Pikachu, Muck, Mewtwo. So Zapdos, Partner Pikachu, Muck, Mewtwo, right? Do you know what KO is just from experience? Yep, I've memorized the calcs for pretty much everything. Anyways, if I can hit this Zapdos at all, I will be able to KO it with a Rock Slide. I kind of want to go for a Scald. Let me just think about it. I think Scald would be better in case you wanted to go for, like, a double switch into Muck. Yeah, Scald's better to go if he goes for... Actually, I'll go for the Scald. It's fine. Alright, it's fine. Because I wonder if he was, like, scouting. Because that is still enough damage. And we get the burn. I'll take the burn. I didn't even want the burn. If he would have U-turned, I would have lived. I would have lived the U-turn, 100%. But we get KO'd there. And again, we can just send out a few other Pokemon here and start soft checking him. I think I could have obviously switched to Nidoking there, but that's not what my prerogative was. And if I send out Nidoking here, all he's gonna do is just bring that Mewtwo back out, right? Like, all he's gonna do is just bring that Mewtwo back out. But if I send out Aerodactyl here, I have a couple other options. I can set the rocks and guarantee... I might not set rocks. We'll see how this goes. I'm saving the Nidoking to deal with that Muck. It's very, very... Es muy importante. And I also need to save Muck to deal with Partner Pikachu to an extent. So I can switch in, like, Nidoking on a Zippy Zap or something like that. I don't just want to blow my Nidoking right now. We are going to be going for a big Rock Slide right now. Rock Slide. Making the connections. That's what I'm talking about, yo. The big Rock Slide. Put some rocks emotes up. So he can bring up Partner Pikachu. I switched to Nidoking. He can bring out Mewtwo. I'd probably just try and soften up the Mewtwo. I might switch, but I don't technically have to. Pikachu is a big problem here because my Beachero can't really fight it. Nidoking is almost required, but I don't know if I really want to take the risk to switch in the Nidoking. Like, what if he Splishy Splashes on my Switch? You know? I think I'm going to just stay in and try and go for the EQ. I think I'm going to try it. Like, I think Zippy Zap will leave me at about 10%. So we're going to go for the EQ. Go for it. He's going for the Zippy Zap. Yo, do we live, chat? Do we live, chat? Survey says. Do we live? Nope. Never lucky. Never lucky. Yep. Someone give me the calc on that if it's at all possible. It's always a crit, but I'm used to being mega. There's 2 options. Now, this one just fights him. I don't know if he'd stay in, though. You know what I mean? I really don't know if he'd stay in. And this is the perfect example of how you use Partner Pikachu to win games. Like, a late-game sweeper Partner Pikachu is so busted. It's so busted. And you got Splishy Splash. I shouldn't get KO'd by Splishy Splash, but it's not a good look. Like, I could get paralyzed. Like, it shouldn't KO. Yeah. Do I get paralyzed, though? I don't. And that was all I needed to do. I needed 1 turn of neutral luck, and we take it. Like, that was the game, yo. That was the game. And Elithab with those big bits going to the top of the bit leaderboard for the week. You know, I love seeing it, friend. Thank you for that big support. Showing off your big red bit badge. 10K bit badge. There's the Mewtwo here, but if you look at his team, he has Mewtwo and Muk. And so with this situation, like, I could stay in, but, like, I think I'm just going to switch to Slowbro. Potentially fodder the Slowbro for sure, but, like, there's no way Mewtwo can outspeed my, there's no way Mewtwo outspeeds the Beedrill, right? So we're okay. Look how fast you analyze what you need your Pokemon for in every battle. It's almost like I play the game, you're right. Would Drill Run from BDB have killed him? The Pikachu? Yes, the Pikachu would have been KO'd from that, but Beedrill would have been killed by Zippy Zap because we are not at full. Special D-Drop is very unfortunate. Look how much damage that did. That did quite a bit. I actually really hope he switches in the Muk here. I really actually want to see a Muk switch in. I don't think he will. I think he's just going to Thunderbolt. Yeah, there's Thunderbolt. We're just going to send the BDB out, though. If we can KO the Mewtwo, we win the game. But if we can't KO the Mewtwo, like, if the Mewtwo lives at that sashes up level, this is very bad. You see, like, if I were to bring in the BDB against, like, Pikachu, I'm taking that second tick of Rocks damage, and this is enough range for him to Zippy Zap KO me. So that's why I didn't want to bring the Beedrill in. But Drill Run would have KO'd. We're going to go for it, guys. Get that big X Scissor. Can we get that KOs? This is a roll. We take it. We take it, yo. Get that out of here. And at this point, remember who I saved in the back? Do you remember who's just chilling in the back? It's our boy Nidoking. It's our big boy Nidoking. And his last Pokemon is that big Muk, right? Yep, the big Muk. Make sure. Yep, we saved Nidoking. Like I said, it was very muy importante. All we gotta do is make sure this Muk does not, like, get a crap ton of, like, setup moves off. So, like, instead of going for a Drill Run, which can miss, like, what if I miss a Drill Run and he minimized? That'd be really bad. Like, I'm just gonna go for an X Scissor, just standard damage. Just standard damage. And if he Acid Armors this turn, then we'll go for the Drill Run. Goes for a Crunch, it's totally fine. All we need to do is soften it up, because our our Nidoking is a plus speed nature. So if he was, like, a defense-natured Muk, like an Impish Muk versus our Jolly Nidoking, it would have been totally possible for him to eat that Earthquake in the face if he was at full. Like, let's say I just missed the Drill Run and got punished. That's why I want to go for the U-turn. Sorry, the X's are there. And instead of U-turn, so, like, what if I U-turned, came in and went for Crunch, I would have got KO'd. So yeah, now we just get to go for the safe, easy peasy lemon squeezy, wrap that one up with Earthquake, and it looked a lot closer than it was. But like I said, when you're ahead like that, all you gotta do is play standard. Like, I played safe, cool, calm, and collected. And after taking that, like, the KO on his Aerodactyl, going just a little bit in the hole, but exuding, like, a ton of resources to KO Aerodactyl, there wasn't really that much he could do to get back in the game if I just kept him honest every single turns. Sure, I could have, like, 3 or 4 stocked this guy by going for, like, hard reads and outplays, but, like, I knew from, like, the second turn of the game that I just had barely enough resources to win the game if it all went according to plan. And that's exactly what happened. So, we take those wins up. Yo, standard play prevails today.